Right, looks like we're about to start.
Nice.
Good morning.
And we're off.
In suspension for 50 days in compliance with state and federal regulations.
So yeah, we're starting in Container Ride, not skipping that, which is about 5 minutes of essentially cutscene with a little bit of.
When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling.
Probably a good idea to go over the rule changes while we're
Look down at the floor.
waiting for this.
Yeah, you can go ahead if you'd like.
Yeah. So yeah. So recently the rules have changed to allow the runners to use quick save and quick load, which means we should see them using it before some difficult tricks, which can give them a bit of an advantage now, because they can just jump back and try something again. What else? They can also use a new console command to allow them to increase the brightness. So we'll see them using that maybe on exactly. So we see them on some dark chambers. Maybe we see one of them use it, one or two of them use it. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, there are a couple other rules. Actually, I can probably look to see if they were. Let's see changes. Yeah, it was. There was some other stuff having to do with Hub 5 skip. In co-op. I'm not a co-op runner though, so I wouldn't know, or I don't know the specifics. I know a few things, but not enough to authoritatively speak on the changes.
Yeah, I don't run co-op. Probably should.
Yeah, I mean, I find it pretty wonky. The tick rate is different, and so the timings at which you need to jump, in order to conserve your speed optimally, are also different. And there are some other. I mean, also ping and lag makes a difference as well. So some people excel at it, like Kluger or Undead, or any elite player. But for me, who's mostly spend most of their time in SP, it's a bit hard to get used to, even though I have a lot of hours.
But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage.
Right, so these runners, I've got a PB for Lambo, got a 112. Got nothing for Fabi though, so I'm not entirely sure what we're going to see. Oh, he's got a. No.
If I remember correctly, this is his first time doing a run of the game. I think.
Ooh, it could be here for a while. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe a surprise.
Yeah, it could be an upset. I mean, unlikely. That would be interesting to see. I mean.
The reserve power ran out, so of course the whole relaxation center stops waking up the bloody test subjects. Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? About the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Why? It's close. Can you see? Am I gonna make it through? Have I got enough space? Just gotta get through here. Okay, I just gotta concentrate. And whose fault do you think it's gonna be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables? Alright, see, no, I hit that one.
So yeah, Portal 2. What you'll notice...
That's a great way to start.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess what you notice from the runners is that they'll be doing bee-hopping, because movement is very important in this run. So you'll see them repeatedly jump and use strafe keys a lot and mouse movements to build up speed that you wouldn't normally get just by playing the game normally.
Yeah. So the fastest, I mean, besides speed while strafing, fastest way to move in the game. I mean, most speed games have some sort of movement trick to make you go faster. Bee hopping is it, and it is pretty deep. interestingly, which is nice.
Yeah, I hear that you're a bit of an expert on bee hopping, to be honest. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm not the only one, but I mean, most experienced players, they have a really good handle on the movement. But most of my time playing Portal 2 has been spent bee hopping, basically, playing custom bee hop maps.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to circumstances of potentially
So perhaps I'll have something to say about the movement skills, although of the participants. Although I don't want to harp on them too much. That would be uncalled for.
so that science can still be done, even in the event of
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky skill because obviously once you get to a certain speed, you lose a lot of control.
Yeah,
So it's
300. Yeah, 300 units per second is. Although I mean, you can turn. I mean, you can turn slightly at 300, but then you just quickly lose control of yourself afterwards. Though you can still linearly accelerate, and that's where. I mean, so that means that you'll have to just stop and redirect your speed and then start accelerating it again. Most of the time, unless they're moving at low speeds, people are just moving in straight lines. So the routes usually accommodate for that.
So what we just saw Lambo do there is he went fast enough through the first chamber to skip a line of dialogue that the announcer normally says, which allows them to get a good fade.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're on Portal Carousel right now, and it's just intended route, but just optimized movement.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopping and strafing.
Yeah. A small addition is throwing the cube above the glass to just skip the button press to get into that room. Saves a small amount of time. It is a little risky though. Cube throws are pretty tricky in my experience.
Yeah, I don't know. Has anyone done it in the tournament so far? Gone for that challenge mode strat?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if we haven't seen it, I mean, in the first round, then I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in later rounds when the cream of the crop. No, that's not a good phrase. Shoot. I mean, the top competitors when they're playing. I think cream of the crop might sound a little elitist. I mean, not to say that it definitely does, but who knows?
Yeah, so Lambo just got a dialogue skip there by waiting on the edge and going at a certain time. He was able to get Wheatley to interrupt the announcer and save a bit of time in the elevator at the end.
Mm-hmm. Are we commentating on their streams or the speed gaming stream?
I'm on the speed gaming one. But,
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you, man. So I was just.
I see. I'm on the individual streams. Just so, what's the word? Because I think the speed gaming stream's on delay. But anyways, that's a topic for another time. If we run into it, we'll just adjust. Hopefully. Let's see. Pushing the cube through the door in smooth jazz. Placing a portal near the door messes with the collision for some reason. Classic moves.
If the enrichment center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered.
You should be on the speak. Okay, good to know. Good to
know. I just sent the link in the Discord. If you want to hop on that.
Yep, I had all three open actually, but I was taking my cues from the individual streams, but now I know for sure.
All aperture science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic low-power environments.
Make sure to use Internet Explorer if you can. Oh, okay. That's a big task, but I'll see what I can do.
I got it to work in Chrome. You just need to mess around with some settings, but.
All right, cool.
God help you. If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future. And the future starts with you. Good work
Alright.
getting this far, future starter.
So working out the kinks in
Or irradiated
commentary.
in such a way that the future should
No.
not start with you. Please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
So, what's your experience running this game? I haven't seen your name before.
My last submitted run was 2 years ago. So my PB's like a 115 or something. I don't know. I should play it more really, but I do enjoy running it. So
I see.
there's a lot of skips going past that are just happening actually. So Fabi did a portal stand, which allowed him to get to the upper platform faster than you intended to. And Lambo on the right is on the secret panel, and he's just hopped across the ceiling to skip a trigger. So he can go back through the portal with Wheatley and get a nice shot to the end, to the door.
It's called Wheatley Skip. Pretty sure. Although, yeah, there was a time when a lot of these things didn't have proper names. They were just tricks. But most of the important tricks in this game do have names now.
I'll show you something. Oh no. Yes. Hello. No, we're not stopping. Don't make eye contact. Whatever you do. No, thanks. We're good. Appreciate it.
Okay, so Fabi's setting up for a button glitch, which essentially, if you get on a button and you get off it on the same tick, some buttons in the game will just keep the button on. So in this case, he's able to open the door and get the platform up without the cube, which saves a bunch of time.
Yeah. Previously, people wouldn't go for it because there wasn't a setup. You just have to try to jump and then hit the edge of the button, or land on the edge of the button, as close to doing it on one tick as you could. But now you just look at the light panel at a certain angle and you walk, and it works fine. Pretty simple.
This is the main breaker room.
The main breaker room. Just the way he says that really captures me. My goodness.
I mean, personally, I'm wondering if he's gonna go for Hoopy. I mean, he has to, I think.
Yeah, it's a seasoned tradition for those in the Portal 2 speedrunning community and beyond to grab Hoopy. I mean, I might be a little disappointed personally if he did not grab Hoopy, but I wouldn't hold it against him. Maybe.
Well, I've seen a few people miss it so far in this tournament, which is, it's like a stab to the heart every time it happens. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm running soon, so I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, perhaps we'll see somebody bold enough to not only miss Hoopy, but to ignore Hoopy altogether. Now that would be a bold move, truly.
That will be sending a statement.
A statement that we live in a society. I know that one's old, but I like it so much. Ban the no Hoopies, Baby Fro says. I wish I had a nice response in German to say to him, but I can't think of anything creative. Shoot.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead.
I see Lambo is copying. I'm not sure who did it first, but I often see Ken even messing around with Hoopy and like doing playing around with GLaDOS' head in Hoopy. It's a funny joke. I don't know. I'm not sure how widespread that is. There are a lot of odd ticks that people have when they play games. That's not really a tick. It's just like a thing. But one thing you'll see like Counter-Strike players and in professional matches, they'll like look at their teammate's head for no reason.
There's just one small thing we need to take care of.
Yeah, it's just sort of one of those things you don't think about. I mean, personally, whenever I get Hoopy, I try and use the panel behind you that comes up just to alter the rotation of it. I don't know. I do it all the time. But no, yeah, it's just a thing, isn't it? Yeah, looks like Fabi.
He's pod, or well, stream might have crashed, game might have crashed or something. Perhaps he'll say in Discord.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
Oh, blue screen of death. Oh no, that's an F. F's in the chat, everyone. That's not a can I get an F in the chat. That's a command, so you better do it.
The Google portal device should be around here somewhere. Once we find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
So Lambo missing the dialogue skip, I think, on the Incinerator.
It's one of those maps that looks pretty complicated if you are the first times you play it. It does have a fairly novel format, but for speedrunning, it's surprisingly simple. Well, once you get used to the movements. I mean, that is most of this game. Getting used to the geometry. Especially if you are more focused on when doing movement, just speed gain like I am. You have to learn how to not run into things and bump into walls and corners and whatnot. And so that's definitely a part of the challenge, at least for me when I play.
We did the gamer strat on laser intro.
Yeah. Well, the real gamer strat would be to do a reportal, because that's what's done in CM. But that was the semi gamer strat, or the let's see, the B level gamer strat, not the A level gamer strat.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not sure if we see Fabi again. Hopefully, we get things back up and running on that.
Yeah. Day 73 without the laser being used on laser intro. We may never see it. No, wait, this is not laser intro. This is laser stairs. I sometimes get them mixed up.
Lasers.
Yeah. All the same.
The funny thing about that map is it's just broken to the point where you can just shoot the portal at the end by the door. And I don't think the developers wanted people to do that at that point. But
yeah, it is a bit of a. I mean, I suppose it makes sense in terms of. I mean, most of the placements that are just godsends to us, or portal services that make routes possible, they are there to idiot proof some of the test chambers, so that you don't get stuck. But they just happen to help us. Some mechanics are even like that. Although I can't think of one. I suppose portal funneling, but I don't think that. I mean, portal funneling can help, and so I don't know what my point was. It probably wasn't that important. I mean, maybe it was important. We'll never know because it's never being finished. Lambo going for Wetmaker, and he misses. Ooh, that's a big oof. Going for it again.
Nice.
Nice. On the second time's the charm. Nobody says that, but still. I do. Yeah. I think that multiple people have said it already, but I am excited to see people go for harder strats. Now that there's no SLA because of the rule change, and save and load and try whatever they want. So, and I like seeing people do risky strats and runs. It's a bit of a thrill, not gonna lie.
It's how you get the best times. People are if they pull them off.
Yeah, Lambo not doing the dialogue skip on this map for some reason. Although he shot the portal, so maybe he changed his mind. That was pretty strange. And it looked like he was going for the CM route too.
Yeah, I thought he was going to jump on that cube.
Yeah, it looked like he tried for it. He had the cube at a. Yeah, he could have forgotten, but it looked like he almost had the cube at the right angle, but he missed the jump. It is a tricky trick, in my opinion, doing cube jumps in the air. Actually, cube jumps in general while they're not used in, I mean, they're pretty tricky, but they're not used that often in speed runs. Oftentimes in least portals they're used.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I just think it's just a feel thing. There's little, I guess, quirks with jumping on stuff. Because you've got a bit of a delay between you when you can jump and pick it up again and
yeah, I
let
believe
go.
it's 1 sec, or it's close to a second. Yeah, but sorry to interrupt. I didn't mean to do that.
No, it's no problem at all. Don't think I've spoken about elevators yet. So
Oh, good time to
pretty
do
much,
that.
yeah. While we're in one, yeah, it makes sense. So elevators normally at the end of every level, and normally the time you taken to get to the next level depends on the ending dialogue. So normally runners will wait to enter the elevator at a certain word, so the elevator will be at the correct point in the shaft that will hit the end level trigger to get a good fade into the into the next level. But on that particular chamber he just did, the ending level dialogue is so long that it's just quicker to ride it all the way down to the bottom.
We have some exciting material here. Lambo, for some reason, going for the CM route, the fastest CM route for pit flings instead of the triple reportal. This one makes use of a panel fling. I believe Jesus TF2 was the person to discover this route. Very impressive. Or, well, no, he was the first person to implement the panel fling into a route. I don't remember who came up with the route, the route that Lambo was doing earlier. I would assume it's Zy Martin. Actually, either it might have been Betzrunner though, because I remember him doing a timescale video of it. Although he timescaled other things, so.
Yeah, that is a pretty impressive one to pull off.
Well, it'd be more impressive if he did it the first couple tries, but still.
Well, yeah, I'm
Good
cutting him some
joke.
slack here.
You know.
What do you think of his hops so far? Give your expert opinion.
Standard for a CM runner who has plus 1,000 hours. Not bad. His movements are controlled. Perhaps not smooth, but definitely controlled. He does snap a little bit. And there's a bit of extraneous movement, but most of it's more or less efficient. I mean, you can't really get away with making that many extraneous movements, especially if you're fast in CM. I think he's a top 20 overall runner. So one would expect his movements to be efficient for the most part. It is hard to comment on his strafing and acceleration, just because there aren't that many long stretches in Portal 2, or at least in the single-player campaign. There are a few, but where there are, they're usually railed sections, so you do speed while strafing anyways. But he seems to have good command of his movement, as expected of his level. He is a pretty good runner. So that's at least the abstract, what's the word? The introductory report.
Very good. I thought, while I've got you here, I'd be silly not to ask you that.
Yeah. Makes sense, by all means.
Yeah, so he spent a few tries trying to get dialogue skip here.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps he knows that FabiClawZ has crashed, so perhaps that's why he's willing to reset so often. But so I suppose that there's a difference in the player's mentality at this stage of the tournament. It's rather just to beat your opponent rather than go as fast as possible. Since it's the first round, which is a good tournament, or it's a good mentality for a tournament of this type. If you don't have to do the harder strats that you can in order to beat your opponent, then by all means, there's no need to do that. Just a matter of efficiency. Although that does, I mean, although what I think is more likely is just he's using the time to screw around. uh,
I think so, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I did probably read into it a little much. Although, I mean, I think what I said still applies to some degree.
Look at you, sailing through the air majestically.
Yeah. I always see people shoot like twice or three times for the final portal in Ceiling Catapult, but he got it first try, and I mean that it doesn't mean much, but I wish people would be quicker with that. I mean, it is harder since the angle of the laser is different pretty much every time that you do the run. But you get through the door faster if you shoot the portal correctly. So something to be precise about, I think. Ooh, he's going for the CM route for Ricochet. I did not expect to see that. Although I suppose I should expect to see that since he's been going for CM routes through this entire run.
Yeah, I'm not actually familiar with this. I assume it's pretty much just a panel slide, isn't it? But it's just set up a different way.
Yep. And that was pretty good. Even with the slave load that he did actually. I have not tried that route actually. Although I probably should. I'm not sure if it's as hard as it seems. Because you throw the cube up and then the cube has to fall into the portal. There is object funneling though, just like there is portal funneling. Like portal funneling is when it's a mechanic where you look into a portal that you're falling into, and you get diverted so that you land in the portal. It's something that you can turn off actually. And apparently there's object funneling, so perhaps that aids in making the route easier. It's apparently the reason why Bomb Preserve works. So.
Yeah, I imagine from the development point of view, having player funneling and object funneling solves a lot of consistency problems.
Yep.
I mean, without portal funneling, I think this game would be a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
Especially on flings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said, we can turn it off because sometimes it's useful to not have it and go manual, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lambo failing multiple times at this cube clip. Probably the easiest trick in this route. This is not. I mean, this is not a shade I'm throwing at Lambo. It's just interesting that he resets. I mean, I do think that this is a liberal amount of resetting. I mean, it is slower at this point, but I suppose he is aware of the advantage he has. So, no harm, no foul, obviously. I mean, if under different circumstances, it might be considered BM, but I don't think anybody's that deep into the mental game. And he gives it up. He decides to go for the safe route.
Excellent. You're a predator, and these tests are your prey. Speaking of which,
as Gold Dust notes, there is gel funneling, and I cut you off again. I'm so sorry.
No worries at all. I was just going to say what he was trying to do there is he was trying to put the cube through the glass. It's to do with how the portal is right next to the glass. The game gets slightly confused where the cube's meant to be going, and you can sort of push it through the glass and get it on the button quickly.
Yeah, this also happens in, this also happens with doors. We actually saw this trick on Smooth Jazz, where they shoved a cube through a door. Lambo, missing door skip. It's pretty tricky, in my opinion. You have to accelerate at the you have to accelerate at the right rate so that you're not going too fast and hit the door, but you're going fast enough so that you get right under the door, while dodging all of those panels on the ground.
It does get the fast strat once it's inside the chamber, though.
Mm-hmm. He's ranked pretty well on that chamber. So, I mean, he's ranked pretty well on most CM chambers. So I suppose that's not surprising. Let's see what place he has. 14th. Okay, so that isn't super excellent, but it's not bad. It's top 20.
This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale.
Yeah, I find door skip is a feel thing. Like,
seconds.
Yeah, if I played the map if I keep playing it over and over, I can pretty much get it every time. But if I have any sort of break, then I don't know, it's just difficult.
Yeah.
But it saves a lot of time. So with quick loads now, it's not the end of the world if you miss it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, at this point in turret intro, he would be better off just placing the cube on the. Yeah, he decides to go for that. So, I mean, woo. What was I gonna say? I don't even remember. Shoot. Happens to the best of us.
Oh, we're on laser relays.
Good map. Optimization an optimization was recently discovered for this map, as you can move before the door opens. So giving you a little bit more speed, which is nice. Oh, okay, so he is. That's interesting.
This is really interesting for me because I mainly just use the single segment strats. So yeah, I guess I'm just seeing some challenge mode stuff happening right now. Interesting.
Yeah, we see I almost always say FabiClawZ. I don't know why I want to add an R there, but FabiClawZ starting up his game. He's about to get back into it, and the match will be back online. Or, well, I suppose that makes sense if I say it like that.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file.
Wow.
That was very fast there at the start for Lambo.
Ooh,
nice use of the bridge there.
Yeah, that's I believe that route was discovered by a Finnish Half-Life 2 runner and also Portal 2 runner and a mapper called Haru. I remember seeing it the first time I remember seeing it for the first time and thinking, that doesn't look too bad, I'm gonna do it. And then I failed. I never did it again.
Yeah, imagine the amount of space you've got to land on the edge of the bridge is quite precise.
Yeah, and interestingly, you can't stand on bridges for some reason. If you try to stand on it, then it'll just slide you off one direction or the other. I'm not sure why that is actually, or what purpose it serves. But it makes it so that, I mean, the feel that you get when you stand on a bridge is that it's slippery, so you have to keep on jumping in order to maintain your balance. Yeah. As FabiClawZ noted in the chat, he didn't have a save that it looks like he didn't have a save that he made before his computer crashed, unfortunately. So he is starting from the beginning. A major disadvantage, but perhaps if Lambo keeps resetting, he can catch up somehow.
It's entertaining at least to see the
yeah.
to see strats like that.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, God.
That's not what I expected to see. Oh, but the cube fell off the. Okay, he got the throw, but the cube didn't land properly on the button.
I didn't. In fact, we're headed to your surprise.
That's one of those muscle memory things. I would assume, because cube throws are, as I noted earlier, they are quite tricky.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of variables in there to what exactly, how fast and far you can throw it, like your mouse movements and strafing. Yeah, just a feel thing. I think a lot of this game is just a feel thing. You just got to play it for a bit, and you can sort of.
Yeah, the movement in particular, I find is very feel based. I mean, there are a couple things that one should remember. One is to only strafe out to about 30 degrees to start. If you do, if you're doing more than one strafe for hop. Another is to try to score right before you hit the ground. Because ideally what you want to do is spend as little time on the ground as possible, since when you're on the ground, you're walking, so you're losing. You can't continue your speed. You can't conserve your speed if you're walking. And being on the ground for as little time as possible makes it so that makes it so that you conserve your speed as well as possible. And in other source games or gold source games, to scroll properly, you would scroll right as you hit the ground. But in Portal 2, you scroll right before, or you start scrolling right before, so that you ideally hit your jump input the tick that you're on the ground. LamboLord finally getting that reportal. If this was Oob, it'd be what is it called? Jerry skip.
Yeah.
But not the case. So I do like these little names that we have now. They're pretty entertaining, and it does help to categorize things. We could have said column blocker, elevator skip, but Jerry skip sounds a little cleaner.
Yeah, just, I don't know, more memorable, short and sweet. What it.
Yeah, it's like how some spots are named in Counter-Strike. Some spots are named after professional players. I don't know if you watch Counter-Strike.
I don't. I think I did at one point in my life, but...
I see. It's a good game.
And you have been asleep for a while, so I guess it's actually pretty fun.
I think I need to work on my ums and cutting out extraneous words. Oh well. Anyways, container ride for FabiClawZ, going as expected, and laser chaining for Lambo, also going as expected, doing the CM route. Will we get the strafe from the door? No. It doesn't look too specific, but it probably is pretty specific.
So I think it is. It's a good example of the laser switch glitch here on Lambo.
Yep.
Just activating all the laser receivers at the same time.
Yeah.
And holding up against the door, the game will let him through.
Yeah. And for anyone watching, the portaling that he was doing earlier, that wasn't part of the glitch. He was just messing up. It's not as complicated as it looks. So I believe if you activate a door and you press up against it, it will let you through. And how that works in that chamber, triple laser, is that you sweep the laser across the receptacles so that they all activate within the same tick, I believe. And then you press up against the door, and there's a dialogue skip somewhere where you if you activate the lasers again. Although I'm not an expert on all the dialogue in this game.
Yeah, if he didn't sweep the laser across twice, he wouldn't get the ending dialogue, and if he went into the elevator, you have to ride it all the way down, which costs him quite a lot of time.
I see. Alright, looks like FabiClawZ is restarting his run. Interesting choice. Although, I mean, I'm assuming, I didn't mean choice, he probably had to do it for some reason. Alright, Escape, one of the few maps, CM maps that I play. Still don't have a 26, but I'll fix that.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, movement chambers now for a bit.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, Chapter 4 is mostly movement based. It probably has the most long stretches, long paths, in any part of the game. At least, that you'll be taking in a speedrun route.
So we'll get to see if he has matte ambient light.
Yep. to help him see in the darkness. I mean, it would be cool if we allowed Impulse 100, which is the flashlight command. But that would be a little stupid. It just look goofy. Oh, that's a good place to save actually, since it's right before you do the trick. Yeah, but this is another movement-based map. Probably has the most total amount of bee hopping, or at least by the eye test.
Yeah, I guess there's a bit of cycles in. There's some, I guess, what do you call them? Panels, I guess.
Yeah.
Coming up that can cause some problems. Although he looks like he's, yeah, he's got a decent cycle there. He's not going to get stopped by anything.
Yeah. Nice.
Oof, that's rough. He's going for this fast movement strat there.
Yeah, might as well go for it. It does look pretty impressive. Oh, actually, well, there's a faster movement strat where you jump on the corner and then you land in front of that console on the tube, or that monitor. You have to have enough speed going in, but not too much, so that you can't control your speed. Actually, I believe what you have to do is direct your speed right before you reach 300 units per second, so that you fly at a diagonal, which is not. It's just not something that's intuitive, I don't think. I mean, one of the basic skills in Portal 2 movement is knowing when you're at 300 units per second, knowing when you can't turn anymore, and being able to slow down to almost precisely that speed. At least in B-hop maps. No, but it's especially useful when you need to change direction.
I'm wondering now whether he's going to go for the turret fly, or is he going to do the normal strat, which is the portal bump.
He's probably, since he's been going for CM strats this entire run, I would be surprised if he did not do the turret fly. Actually, I mean, he could go for the newest route, which would be a circle jump onto the from one of the rafters, and then onto the turret, and then again onto the supports. I believe only Zype's done it in his run, his challenge mode run. It'd be interesting to see it in SS, but I heard that it's difficult. Who knows? Gets the fly. No surprise there.
Guess that's a pretty clean run.
Right, now, she can use her turrets, so let's go and take care of that neurotoxin generator as well. Bring your daughter to work day. Yeah. That did not end well.
Interestingly, the ending section, after the turret fly of Zype's challenge mode world record of this map, is famously sloppy. Famously. I mean, famous to about 10 people, but still. but that's just a historical anecdote. What's really important are the runs going on.
So yeah, Fabi's on his third container ride, something like that.
Yep, exactly his third container ride. Third time's the charm. Now that one they do say. I've definitely heard that before. Look, it looks like Lambo could get a good cycle on. I mean, they're not really that many bad cycles, but on neurotoxin sabotage. Probably the chamber most known for being cycle based. It's one of the maps, one of the few maps where there are a lot of tied times. Even the world record is tied between 3 people: Zype, Big Tuna, and Nate. Most of whom are competing in this tournament. I'm pretty sure. funny joke, Bill Play3. Very funny. Hilarious and original.
This should take us right to her. I can't believe I'm finally doing this. Woo!
I mean, I suppose to elaborate, my point was that only 10 people might have known how bad the movement was. But anyways, it's enough reading chat.
This place is huge, and we're only seeing the top layer. It goes down for miles. All sealed off years ago, of course. We should be getting close. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on her
One of the
face.
cutscene maps to Bride.
Never know what hit her.
One of 2.
Hold on, because I might not have thought this next part completely.
Featuring Glowy Cube.
The wrong way. Get to her. I'll find you.
So, did you play this game in 2011 when it came out? What's your history with that regard, or in terms of casual play?
Casual play, I think around then I did. Maybe 2012. In terms of actually speed running, maybe 2015, 16.
I see.
I mainly just I saw Xenonicus at AGDQ, I guess, or the first one. Yeah, I don't know. I just no. Most of my I just tend to sometimes just load up this game and just play some custom community maps, like B-hop maps and that sort of thing. And I do run sometimes, but I probably should do more actually, seeing as we can quick save, quick load, because I find most of my runs get killed by just door skip, elevator skip. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I reset quite a lot.
Yeah, when I do as I said earlier, most of my runs are either ILs or B-hop map runs, and I reset a lot. And so this change, it'll probably help me to. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm more motivated to do no SLA runs now. Then the challenge is not. I mean, I suppose that wouldn't incentivize me to be more consistent, unfortunately, because I could just accommodate that inconsistency by resetting often. So there are some things in terms of. I mean, there are small adjustments to a player's mentality that are hard to anticipate when you change the rules. Not saying that that's good or bad, but those things do happen.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to become, sort of complacent with your consistency. Just I guess before it was more like the top runners, their runs, they pretty much hit everything they went for. But now you can get a good time even if you miss something a few times. So I guess the skill cap is sort of lowered a bit to get a good time.
Yeah.
But I think it probably encourage more people to run the game because you don't want to play it for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and then soft lock on chapter 8. Because I don't mind doing that, but I imagine for a lot of people that's very frustrating for that.
Yeah. So, what's the word? SLA. Firefox has asked me to describe SLA. So SLA is save load abuse, and what I believe is that involves any glitch or trick that is executed by you saving and loading. And so there are tricks where you can clip out of bounds by saving. That involves saving and loading, for example. So what I would assume knows save. I mean, I suppose it is a bit dumb that I don't know exactly what it means. But what I'm assuming no save load abuse means is that you can save load, but you can't do any of those tricks that require you to save load multiple times or abuse save load mechanics.
Yeah, I guess stuff like super reported and wrong warp and stuff like that. I guess you can. So yeah, so while they can quick save, quick load, they can't set up any glitches that require saving in order to.
Mhm.
They can just use it to save their runs, I guess.
Mhm.
Go for more risky strats.
Yeah. In the past, I believe you could only save load to, or reset level even, to get yourself out of a soft lock. Oh, so yeah, no SLA rules, no glitches requiring setup before starting. Example, movable portals, quick saving and quick loading are allowed, but you may not use it to perform an action, no super portal clipping, save buffering, etc. So, I was close. I had a general idea, but I was slightly off. But, yeah.
What would be interested to know is what keybinds people are using for quick save and quick load now. Because I tried, at the moment I'm using E and R, E for save and R for load. I'm just wondering if you've got any runners in the chat that use something else. Because I'm just terrified of accidentally hitting load on something when I've got to save a couple maps back. So
Understandable. I suppose I can contribute in Portal Stories Mel, even though I've done a segment for the segmented run, and I do a little bit. I have done some practice for that, but what I do is I have T bound to save and R bound to load, so it's a little bit farther. It's just one step past yours. Let's see, we have WEG with Q to save, R to load, VUG with R to save, F to load. Baby Furs, Q to save, and 1 to load. Interesting. Although they are right next to each other. Blazekin, V for C, C to load. Firefox, V to C, B to load. So yeah, so mostly keys that are next to each other.
Yeah. I said, I guess if you accidentally hit save, not a huge problem, but yeah, got to be careful not to hit load and just kill your run that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Zanera with the unorthodox pick of having mouse 4 and 5 as save load.
Risky. That is super
Very
risky.
Yeah. I don't have the guts that you do, Zanera. So, kudos to you. I usually have my mouse 4 and 5 for setting myself back to a start position for B-hop maps. Usually just mouse 4. But ooh, some very funny way. A similar question: what mice are people using in the chat? What mouse do you have? Stolen Bacon. That's an interesting alias. I just noticed.
Yeah, it's nice, interesting name. But I have a Logitech G205, I think. I bought it recently. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, I got the box. Hang on. It's G502, so I was nowhere near. I totally bought it for this Portal 2 tournament, I guess.
Oh, you're participating. Oh, good luck.
Yeah, I'm running tomorrow. But yeah, I got this Logitech thing because I guess it's got a nice scroll wheel to it, so you know. I did have this. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say I have a G403. I used to use a G402, but had the warranty when it got broke, so they got me. Logitech hooked me up. Nice.
Yeah, I just completely missed Lambo. Just got the
Cave Johnson reportal.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he could have done a continuation of his hops on the rail, but which would have saved probably half a second. But anyways, it's nice to see that strat. I mean, it's still sort of fresh to me because I remember it coming out, and then being used in runs. Skipping that entire gel room, I thought it was pretty exciting. I mean, I think it is, somewhat still. It's just cool to see in general. I wonder if Lambo will go for the cube clip and repulsion intro. Pretty sure that's what the map's called. Whoa.
Yeah, I think I've only seen it done once before, but it would be nice to see. It does get the button glitch though. Very good.
Yep. After a few tries. And looks like he's not going for it. Blender East, the French runner, and Tasser, I believe has been the only person to do it in this tournament so far. So perhaps other people will do it. Something to look out for as the tourney progresses.
I'm pretty sure there's a button glitch in Repulse Ninja as well. Second one.
Yep, that's
ending.
Yeah, that's how you do the CM route. You glitch the button that leads to the panel so that you don't have to take time to get the cube. It's what's the word? It's similar. How you do it, I believe you step on it and then step off of it twice very quickly. And it's similar to the Least Portals button glitch that you do in Infinifling, as I learned late last year.
All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way.
For the Least Portals route, excuse me. Did I say that? I hope so. Bomb Flings, interesting route coming up maybe. If he does the super... No, he will not be doing the modified super reportal route. I mean, is it that? I mean, it's not really a super reportal in the same sense of like save loading.
It is. I think I've only seen it once actually. I think Spitter did it actually. It's like you get stuck in the wall and then yeah, I guess you just build up velocity in such a way you can reach the end. But
yeah, if he did it in a run, that makes sense because he at one point held the record in challenge mode. I believe he's rank 2 now. Yes, he is. FabiClawZ, not getting hoopy, but I won't hold it against him. He had to restart his run twice, so I mean...
Yeah, it's forgiven.
All is forgiven, yes. Oh wait, actually, you might have said that is forgiven, and then that would have made me seem presumptuous, but who knows? Okay.
So yeah, just a pretty standard run through Crazy Box. Yeah.
Yep. Breaking the glass. So let's see. I believe how it's done is that you crouch and uncrouch, and then you stick your head through the grate, and for some reason that makes the glass break.
Yeah.
All very fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it's a weird one. But yeah, it is just you just fall into the portal and press crouch, and no, it just works.
Yeah. Another one of those tricks that you have to get a feel for, of course. I mean, some tricks have specific timings, or like visual cues, like ceiling catapult, the dialogue skip. Ooh,
that was spicy.
Lambo going for the reportal optimization in potatoes. Suppose not to be expected given his track record of during this run, but interesting. Looks like he has a sort of high sensitivity, like most Portal 2 runners, which confuses me a little. Well, perhaps not confuses, but I think is interesting.
Yeah, I mean that happens so fast, but essentially there's what's called a portal helper, which is I guess a way that the map makers, I don't know, they can get you to automatically align your portal. So they're pretty much everywhere. It's just to help the player a little bit. But for some reason it extends, in that one it extends so you can shoot at the glass, and the portal helper will just correct the shot and I know, get the portal for the fling.
Yeah, I believe it's a trigger, which is a brush entity, and I mean, ideally, what would happen is that brush entity would be placed to fit exactly the portal surface, but there are times, either because of the sloppy mapping or maybe negligence, where the edge of the brush extends past where it's necessary. So just I mean, it could be seen as a mapping error. But I mean, I assume that wasn't intended for you to be able to shoot the glass like that or shoot next to the portal surface.
You do custom maps, right, for this game?
Yes. Well, I mean, I do play them, but I also make custom maps.
Yeah, make them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've done some B-hop maps, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, all of my maps have been B-hop maps, or ports from Quake 3, which has had movement style maps.
Nice. I guess you could plug. I'll give you a plug there and say that if you want to do some fun B-hop maps, go check out Cass on the workshop.
Oh, thank you. If you have more questions, just DM me and I can send you a list of maps from very good B-hop mappers. There's also a leaderboard, but it's really a spreadsheet, but that's a work in progress. So. Oh, what is this? Lambo going for the CM route and Propulsion Flings, which happens to be the best map in the game. Very interesting.
To be honest, I'm very glad you're here, Cass, because these challenge mode strats are beyond me. I guess his reportling to the end, I suppose, is what he's doing.
Yeah, what he's doing. So the ramp is covered with blue gel, and what he's doing is he's going to reportal and then spam jump as he goes up the ramp, and that makes it so that he bounces on the ramp multiple times, and that will fling him to the end. Ideally, it can be easy to mess up. You have to land in the bottom of the portal in order to land at the bottom of the ramp. And additionally, you have to scroll at the correct frequency or at the correct rate. So that you don't overfling or underfling. So this is a map that I played a lot. So I can sort of speak a lot about the route. The route has a reputation of being pretty difficult, but it's not that bad. To answer Firefox's question, why he doesn't shoot on the wall, you can shoot on the wall, but it's less likely that you'll get the proper fling. So when you shoot the portal facing forward, to land at the bottom of the ramp, with how your portals are placed, you need to land at the bottom of the portal. And so what you need to do is hold W, like say as soon as you pass the lip of the orange gel tube. And you could hold one of your strafe keys and portal to the side, but it's a bit easier in terms of just how you coordinate yourself, turning around and just doing a 180 instead of a 90-degree turn or move or whatever.
Although he's building up the hype with me to see this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fabi slowly but surely is on Laser Over Goo.
Yep. Doing the intended. Sorry, more or less doing the intended route.
I was literally going to say exactly the same thing.
Oh. Oh, Lambo finally goes for the safe route. Looks like he couldn't hack it, but happens.
I think this is one of my favourite maps Lambo's on right now. As well as Ricochet, actually. Ricochet in this conversion intro. Best maps.
That's an interesting choice. It's not often that I've seen a person's favorite map be conversion intro. It is long, but the routes can get pretty creative. I mean, it is mostly just portaling, but there is something satisfying about traversing large distances and doing it quickly.
Yeah, getting that hop from the portal onto the beam and then onto the stairs at the start, doing all that quite quickly is quite satisfying. and then obviously getting the reportal strat at the end. Yeah, no, I like it. It's a quality map.
Yep.
Still, it turns out they're a great portal conductor. So now we're going to see if jumping in and out of these new portals can somehow leach the lunar poison out of a man's
Although some
bloodstream.
people, like Tanger, may object to the white gel as a puzzle mechanic. It does make things sort of unnaturally freeform, in my opinion. So I can understand the criticism, but it is sort of fun to just spray the white gel everywhere. And portal wherever you want.
I have no idea what route.
He's doing that.
It looks good though. Oh.
Yeah, he's doing the challenge mode route. It's a double reportal instead of the single reportal to get to a lower platform. So, let's see. Looks like FabiClawZ is not b-hopping. So that's interesting. I mean, perhaps he. I mean, as far as I know, he is a new runner, so he might not be that acquainted with the movement system. But nonetheless, it is nice to see people of all skill levels participating in the tournament. Certainly what I like to see.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely. It's a good thing.
Lambo going for the 3 gel stuck launch, and FabiClawZ finishing. What is this map called? I think I know all these, but perhaps it's because I'm nervous or something.
I think he's on. I think it's Trust Flings.
Yes, Trust Fling. Yeah. Yes.
And then he's going to be on Pit Flings next.
Nice.
I
Sorry.
was going to say, we should have a counter for that. I was just going to say, we'll see if he goes to the reportal. It looks like he's going for the companion cube in this one, so probably intended strats. I don't think. Did Lambo get the blue gel?
For the second stuck launch? Oh, I didn't see. I don't think he did. It looks like he's just going for the normal tube bounce route.
Yeah, to me, tube bounce is I don't know. When I was first starting, it's one of those things where I did soft lock a few runs on if you don't get over the invisible wall. Yeah, quick save, quick load, very useful now.
Yeah. It is one of those wonky things in the game, you know, that the tube also happens to be bouncy. That is pretty strange. How does that even work?
Yeah, I mean, as a map maker yourself, I don't know. I guess I would assume that they would have had to. The developers would have had to actually do that intentionally.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't messed that much around with gel. Usually, usually you just have the gel spawn in. Like so say you have a tube, unless you were showing the gel going through the tube, you would just have it spawn at the end if it was if it was a opaque tube. With cubes it's a little different, because they're physics objects, but paint splatters when it hits a surface, usually, as far as I'm aware.
So Lambo now on the worst map of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It looks pretty. Test looks pretty simple to me in terms of just what you have to do. I mean, especially because we have the save load. I mean, there'll be no more 50-second time losses to not getting the skip properly, allegedly, or purportedly, supposedly, etc., etc.
I find that when I actually was doing proper runs of this game, when I missed the cube throw a few times, it just completely tilted me because I would practice it for a reasonable amount of time, and I'll get pretty confident with it. And as soon as it is in a run, I just could not do it.
Yeah.
Quick save, quick load saves everything now.
Yeah.
Save all runs.
Yeah, doing the things that it takes a lot of effort actually to do the things that you've practiced. It's like it has to become second nature. At least for me. I like what I try to do whenever I do runs is like almost literally memorize every input that I'm doing, or that I have to do to to optimize the run. And so it's a little bit more muscle memory. Oh, let's see. So, an interesting note on 3 gels before, or that we saw beforehand. Lambo actually forgot to do the second suck launch, so it looked like he had intended to perhaps beforehand. But these things happen.
Look at the word test there on the wall. That's proud of you.
Oh, we didn't get the dialogue skip there. It was a bit too quick with the cube. But,
yeah. Let's see. FabiClawZ is having a bit of trouble on ceiling catapult. That strafe is a little awkward. I suppose it would be if you were new. But he decides to go with the with the faith plate route. No shame in that.
so I'd be interested to see how he tackles Ricochet as well. But
yeah,
Lambo not preserving crouch fly actually. It's doing the from funnel intro.
Yeah, true. I saw Dane aka All Pro Games do that. Perhaps Lambo's not familiar, or is just since he's doing CM routes, and obviously since you don't preserve the fly in CM routes, he's probably stuck on doing that, or committed to doing that, rather than the SS route. Or I suppose we don't say SS anymore. It's not truly single segment if you can save load.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started the stream by saying welcome to Portal 2 single segment or something, and then yeah, gotta watch it. It's changed. Everything's changed now.
Yeah. So looks like on Ricochet, FabiClawZ is going to be doing the intended route. Makes sense. I do find Ricochet to be a bit of an awkward map to speedrun, honestly. But
extremely satisfying when you get it though. When you get the panel slide.
Yeah, that's one of the things about the map, unsurprisingly, that has not changed at all. The fact that you get flung up by that panel. It does. I mean, of course, there doesn't really seem to be much of a better way to do it, so that's not really that surprising. But it is cool, how there's a sense of legacy through all the routes. I mean, there's only so much that you can do, but still. Good joke, baby furs. I understood that. I mean, I suppose most people in the chat did, but...
Oh, yes. Well done.
I was being sarcastic, by the way. It wasn't that good. Lambo finally getting the cube. Oh, wait, that's the wrong stream I'm watching. Sorry about that. I have both open, for some reason. Oh, I see.
Oh, he's on wall button.
I really did when I first heard it's probably one of my favorite dialogues when GLaDOS says, "Yeah, I never stockpiled chambers," and it's like, "Hey, I just found all these chambers." Oops, that's a big oof from GLaDOS there.
And there we go. Be honest, you can't even tell.
I haven't seen this route on the wall button for a long time.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do the CM route, but lo and behold. Although, I mean, perhaps he does know SS routes after all. I mean, my claim, I wasn't ever making the claim that he did know SS routes. I'm just taking the piss.
Here it comes. Oh, disappointed.
Subtly. Well, it's not really that subtle. I should be more subtle.
So yeah, for those that don't know, the excursion funnels are broken completely in this game, where you can use them to achieve like a fly state. And if you do it, so essentially it's getting in the funnel, wait until you're stopped and getting out of the funnel, either with a crouch or not crouching at all. Yeah, you can just achieve like a fly state where you can fly around, and if you do it straight from the funnel as opposed to the funnel coming through portals, you can preserve it to each map as you're going through.
Yeah, I believe that crouching is required in every instance or every version of the glitch.
So yeah, crouching and then either, I guess, remaining crouched or uncrouching to get the, I guess, the standing one, I guess.
Yeah, and how it works, I believe, is that the game thinks that you're still in the funnel, even when you crouch and either or stay crouch or uncrouch. And under specific conditions, the game will think that you're still in the funnel even when you leave it. So you'll be able to, or not that you're in the funnel, but that there's no gravity.
Probably should clarify. Actually, you can do the glitch using portals, but as soon as your portals get fizzled, then you'll lose that state. So in order to preserve it through levels, you'll need to straight from the funnel. And yeah, you can you'll see that a lot in finales coming up soon for Lambo.
Oh, FabiClawZ got the door skip, the second version of the door skip, in Bridge the Gap. So I've seen it like 3 or 4 times during this tournament. That surprises me.
Yeah, it's been very. I mean, I think Paroculus got it as well, which is the first run they did on Sunday. Which is, so I think I've pretty much seen. Every match I've watched, I've seen it at least once. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. FabiClawZ having some trouble on Bridge the Gap, although not dying, which is good. It's an annoying map to die on. Although I think he would have okay. Oh, there he is. Oh wait, he can still save himself if he tries really hard. There it is. But I believe he would have an autosave right as he passed the door, so he wouldn't have to try to get the skip again, which is fortunate.
Yeah, it's a good autosave. There's another one if you go for the I guess the CM strat with the I guess the flame.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what you call it, but if you've got the cube with you, then you can autosave over the goo, and then yeah, without quick save, quick load, that's a big problem if you don't do it quite right. But...
Proximity to the test solving. Proximity to the test solving might give us stronger results. What was that?
Oh, he's going for the I guess the cube throw on stop the box.
What was that? Oh, sorry. What was that? Oh, sorry. Could have sworn you said.
Is he really just going to keep resetting on stop the box? Wow. Okay, interesting.
He really wants this.
Yeah, it looks like FabiClawZ has a decent. It looks like he's seen the speedrun routes, even though he can't execute them. So there are some elements of speedrunning in his run, even though he does look like I mean, he's clearly a new runner. Just the portal placements, there's a certain efficiency to them.
I mean, I guess just watching speedruns of this game is a really good way to learn. Also, Xenonicus' tutorials, I think quite a lot in there still applies, even though I guess they're a couple of years old by now. But
yeah, they're still good today. I think one of the things that they're best for is backup strats. Because I mean, which is not to say that every route in the guide is obsolete, but he goes over a good amount of backup strats in those videos. Well, he in his series and in a video where he talks about updates to the routes. So a good video. It's often recommended to those learning how to run the game.
yeah, they're fairly detailed. I guess I started watching those. Yeah, good place to start, as well as just watching people. You can even just pick up some of the movement by just watching how people B-hop and I guess, yeah, just jump around.
Yeah, the movement. What's the word? One of the tips that I give to people who want to get better at the movement is to watch other runners. Actually, especially very good ones, because obviously, I mean, if you're not doing something or if you're failing at something, and a person better than you is doing that thing, then that just means that they're doing something that you're not. I mean, easier to correct that, easier said than done, but that is, the extent of it. And so, basically, trying to almost imitate a person's movement is not a bad way, at least to get started to making it comfortable for yourself. Yeah, and especially mouse movement, because one of the mistakes that I see with young or not younger runners, but runners just starting out, is that their mouse movement is not smooth, and that is a bit of a requirement in this game. You can lose a good amount of speed due to jerky movement. There's one Firefox. There are 2 Americans working on the tutorial, so don't speak inaccurately. I mean, at least 2 Americans.
Programmed in one last tremor for all time's sake. 2. Programmed in one last tremor for all time's sake. 2. 1 or 2 more.
Oh, he gets the cube jump on Lambo and laser platform. Sort of impressive that he was able to save that. He cube jumped on the left, which is interesting because most people cube jump on the right. I cube jump on the left personally. I am also left-handed, but I don't use my mouse and keyboard left. But anyways.
Oh, he's heading into propulsion catch.
Yep, prop catch. The map with, at the moment, the most tied world records. I mean, tied world records are not common, but for this map, that is the case. I mean, that is the case. The world records are tied.
For you, obviously. Who else would I be doing it for? No one. So let's see here. Exit, exit, exit. There is no exit. Not a problem. I'll make an exit for your test.
Right, I'm going to be back in just a second.
Perfect.
All right.
I'll be honest, after you told me to turn that beam off, I thought I had lost you.
Ooh, solo cast. So wherever I want.
You might say.
Not exactly.
You're going to love it to death. love it.
18 ties. That's pretty impressive.
All right, I don't know whether you're picking up on what I'm saying there, but
Thanks, we get it.
Hmm.
Alright, he's not even trying to be subtle anymore. Or maybe he still is, in which case, wow, that's kind of sad.
sorry, my fault. Butterfingers.
Either way, I get the...
Only 3 more chambers to your big surprise. Oh, sorry.
So, he's inexplicably happy all of a sudden, even though he should be going out of his mind with test withdrawal. And he's got a surprise for us. What did he find back there?
I'll bet you're both dying to know what your big surprise is. Well, only 2 more chambers.
We're running out of time. I think I can...
Surprise! We're doing it now.
Okay, credit where it's due. For a little idiot built
Hello.
Hey.
unworkable plans, that was a pretty well-laid trap.
You probably figured it out by now.
Oh, I guess Lambo's... It's interesting. Some finale one without the flying glitch.
Testing initiative.
Ooh.
Something I came up with to phase out human testing just before you escaped. It wasn't anything personal, just, you know, you did kill me. There's there.
I guess it would be safe to say he's going to do challenge mode strats for these finales.
Yeah.
So-
Even though they're slower, but I mean, I suppose perhaps he has principles and are sticking to them. I mean, unlikely.
Don't do that. Stand right here.
Anyways.
No, seriously, do come back. Please, come back, please. Okay, look, I've decided
It's good because we've actually officially got to chapter 9 now, because
just thinking back.
yes, normally we skip that title
Mhm.
text showing up. So yeah, we are now on chapter 9 instead of just chapter 8 for the whole.
Mhm.
Just thinking back to the old times, the old days when we were friends, good old friends. Not enemies. Can't help but notice that.
So I'm just assuming that he's trying to go for a fling that you're not supposed to get.
The old
Mhm.
days when we were friends, good old friends. Not enemies.
Well, I think no. I will. What's the word? I don't remember what the intended fling is. Well, although,
The old days when we were friends, good old friends.
no, you're supposed to jump from a different place. So yeah, that is an unintended fling. Although it certainly is possible. There's nothing impossible about it, of course.
Can't help but notice that you're not coming back. Which is just. Oh, I've got an idea. Yeah.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hold on. I'm almost there. Don't mind me. Continue escaping.
And we've got Fabi just finishing up column blocker. Meanwhile, we get to see the room that we never see in normal run.
Death trap. Was that your bullet-riddled body flying out of the room? It was. Oh, those were the crap turrets, weren't they? Yeah. Well, no matter, because I'm still holding all the cards. And guess what? They're all. No matter, because I'm still holding all the cards. And guess what? They're all full houses. Never actually played cards, meaning to learn.
Okay, that route from Lambo there was pretty incredible.
Did something break back there? Oh, did it kill you?
I guess all these CM routes are just incredible.
Did it kill you? That would be amazing if it killed you. Hello? Yes, alright, no, just had a brainwave. Oh, yes, all right, no, just... Oh, yes, all right. Oh, yes, all right, no, just had a break.
Yes, Longfall is incredible. Incredible amount of skill required.
Crashing's too good for him. First, he'll spend a year in the incinerator. Year 2, cryogenic refrigeration wing. Then, 10 years in the chamber I built where all the robots scream at you. Then, I'll kill him.
I've returned.
Hello. I'm just admiring these CM strats. I really should watch the top times on these.
Yeah.
I imagine he's just trying to skip the conveyor there. Yeah.
Yeah, you for anyone watching, you can find the challenge mode or individual level leaderboards at board.iverb.me. Scores are automatically updated through the Steam leaderboards, and cheaters are filtered out. You have demo and video submissions, the whole 9 yards. Or it would have been funny if I could have converted to metric for that joke, but anyways.
Yeah, it's a pretty polished site, I think. Just the automatic updates with your actual game is pretty incredible.
Baby First, it is automatic actually. Although to get your updates automatic, or to get your updates as you do them, or as you make improvements, you do have to refresh some chambers, but within a certain time frame, they do automatically update. Okay, I see what you mean. Not all of the chambers update automatically because they're not officially on the Steam leaderboard. So for some chambers, you have to submit, like Secret Panel, like Finale 1, like Wake Up. Sorry, completely misread that, Baby First. My apologies. Jury's still out on that one. Baby First.
So I guess Lambo, I guess this conveyor, is he not able to B-hop? I guess it's just not able to use a portal at the end of that conveyor then, I guess. Yeah. Well, no, he does, I suppose. It's just the conveyor is too fast to B-hop.
You'd have to. No, you can B-hop on it if you're good. Or I suppose if you're medium, you don't have to be super excellent to do it. Anyway. Yeah, I do think that, like, for a speedrunner, the end of Finale 1 is agonizing, or Finale 2 is agonizingly slow if you don't have the funnel fly. You are just waiting. But especially if you're used to SS, where you just strafe your way to the end.
I realize you don't want to put me back in charge. You think I'll betray you. And on any other day, you'd be right. The scientists were always hanging cores on me to regulate my...
It's nice because we get to hear some lines of dialogue that we never hear anymore.
Yeah?
Because for the first time, it's my...
Quick question for you and for people in the chat. Do you play with music turned on or off?
Oof. I play with music turned off.
I see. So do I. For me, I mean, it's not even that the novelty has worn off, because I do like the soundtrack and I listen to it on Spotify from time to time. I remember downloading it from the site, from the Thinking with Portal site, when the game came out, even before I had the game on PC, that is. But it makes it, for me, it makes it a little easier to focus when I don't have the music on. Sometimes I do turn it on though, because especially for the PETI custom maps, because the music's just killer. It's just truly killer music.
I'm pretty sure it's a problem with the light. I think the light's on the blink, but just in case it isn't, I am actually going to have to kill you, as discussed earlier.
Guess I do like, I guess music-wise, I do like the fact that some stuff is dynamic, especially with the
repulsion
I guess the
gel.
gel. Yeah, repulsion. That's
Yeah,
a nice little touch.
Yeah, I suppose it's both gels. I suppose I forgot to mention that, but yeah, or all, not just. Well, yeah, it's both of the movement gels. I don't think. Yeah, conversion gel certainly does not have a dynamic. What is it? I would soundscape? No, that's definitely not correct. But certainly doesn't change when you're on the gel. See, FabiClawZ on jailbreak, breaking out of jail, figuratively speaking. Oh, he knows how to speed wall strafe, it looks like. That's interesting. Other news, Team Envy beat Team 1 at the America's Minor, but that's a different game.
Did Lamb? Oh yeah, he just soft locked there.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that, but
yeah, it's these things. I mean, there are all sorts of unexpected ways to soft lock. Also, Lambo being a little spastic. But he is near the end of his run, so he is, you know, I mean, as he has had with most of this run, he has had time to play around.
What happened? What happened? What have you palmed to me? What is that? Hold on. The blood.
What's the situation? Oh, hey.
Warning. Core corruption at
not too much to say. I mean, a pretty standard boss fight. He didn't preserve any bombs, but yeah, so it's, see if he does this the strat at the end with the fact core. Just an observation, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And a fun fact, some of the facts that the fact core gives are incorrect.
Warning. Core corruption at 100%.
I guess it fits into the whole thing of being like a corrupt core, I guess.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
Substitute core. Are you ready to start? Corrupted core. Are you ready to start?
What do you think?
Interpreting vague answer as yes.
No. Didn't pick up on my sarcasm.
Stalemate detected. Fire detected in the stalemate resolution annex. Extinguishing.
Oh yeah, one more trick left if he maybe goes for early moonshot.
Stalemate resolution associate. Please press the stalemate resolution button.
Yeah, hopefully you can do early moonshot. And did he do it? Nope, he did not.
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone's gotten it so far in the tourney.
That's time for Lambo.
Nice. 1:19, 25, 48.
I guess, would you say that's a reasonable time for using pretty much all challenge mode strats?
Not really. Since he did reset a lot, I mean, if a person were to use, if a person had a clean run and they were using all challenge mode strats, I'd expect them to get, I mean, I'm just sort of guessing, but maybe like a 106, or no, Maybe like a 104. Actually, I'm not sure because I'm not because I'm what's the word? I wouldn't want to have it just like a sum of best. I mean, I don't run SS. How about Josh? How about you tell us in the chat what you think it'd be? Would it be lower?
I guess you've got to ride through some of the funnels at the end.
Yeah.
You got a bit of waiting around.
I mean, if you were to do every, I mean, I assume excuse me, let me restate. If you could get, if it was all challenge mode time world records, it'd be like a sub hour, obviously. But in an SS run, if you got a clean run with all challenge mode strats, then I'm not sure. So that's why I said 10. That's why I said around 104, Josh, because I just mean doing the strats. I don't mean like world record pace for all of them.
You know what my days used to be like? I just tested.
Although Xenernicus got a 104 and he didn't use all challenge mode strats, so maybe it'd be an hour or a little bit under an hour since the world record is 101 something. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Just go. It's been fun.
Yeah, probably sub 1. It depends on how slow you do the challenge. I mean, you could do challenge mode routes really slowly. Or even within challenge mode routes, there are separate optimizations that one can make. So, FabiClawZ encroaching on an hour, manually inputting the matte ambient light commands so that he can see in the darkness. Of course, allowed now by the new rule change. Although those portal surfaces, I mean, there's something that you eventually get a feel for just knowing where they are.
I was just thinking, actually, I'm pretty sure Fabi's timer is real time because it should have paused when he went into the pause screen. There, it should have paused if he was using in-game time. So interesting. Well, let's see, maybe if Lambo wants to get in the Discord and talk about his run.
Yeah, good idea.
I mean, I would if I could remember how to copy the Discord join address thing.
You should have gotten a DM, so I think you could send them that link.
Ah, yeah, you're right, of course. I guess his Discord name's different from that because he's not showing up. It's unfortunate.
He sent a message in Tournament General recently in the Portal 2 Discord, so you could find it there.
Yeah, his settings won't allow me to send it to him without being his friend, so I just sent him a request. Yeah, hopefully we can get him in here and talk about his run. I hope.
I wish I could take it all back. I honestly do. I honestly do wish I could take it all back. And not just because I'm stranded in space. I'm in space. I know you are, mate. Yeah, we're both in space. Anyway, you know, if I was ever to see her again, do you know what I'd say? I'm in space. I'd say, I'm sorry. Sincerely. I am sorry I was bossy and monstrous. And I am genuinely sorry. I'm in space. The end.
I'm going. I'm not sure if he got it, so I'm just going to. I'm gonna send him the. Actually, I'm gonna. Oh, I'm gonna do something spicy. Here we go.
Yeah, I should probably switch the audio over to Fabi, actually. Let's try that.
Was that sarcastic, Firefox? Did you really think it was great? There's a comment in the chat saying, "Great commentary, by the way."
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I had so much I wanted to say. But when you're actually doing it, it's kind of it. I don't know. My brain just melts. I have no idea what I'm saying.
Oh.
I had a lot of I guess premeditated thoughts about how I was going to do it, but I don't know. I don't know about you, but I'm nervous, so my mind just melts. I don't know what I'm doing.
I understand the feeling. What's the word? I didn't come in with anything in particular, but since I know a decent amount about the game, I thought that I'll be fine. So yeah, it's. I mean, I think what I'd recommend is for next time, if you plan to commentate again, is perhaps writing that down. I don't know if you did. You might have done that, but just so that you have it. And also, communicate with
Hello,
LamboLord24.
Hello.
So, it's a nice run. Well, I saw you went for all challenge mode strats, which were pretty interesting. That led you to reset more often than not, but it was still a unique way of going about doing an SS run.
Well, it's first round, and I kind
Yep.
of expected to lose to BH, but I guess Fabi hasn't really played the game much before.
Yeah. So do you is that something? Do you plan on going for those strats or in
I don't
future
know.
rounds or?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I had to give up on like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Just a second.
So yeah, I did switch the audio over to Fabi, but I guess he doesn't have any.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Yeah. As he's noting in the chat, he is very new to Portal 2 speedrunning. It's a Portal 1 runner, apparently. So it is cool. I mean, we have people from all types, or excuse me, people of all types, backgrounds joining the race. Surprising amount of old runners like Nuclear and Nooch and some other runners that are older. I wonder if Pocky's in it. That'd be cool.
So Fabi's in core here, waiting on the cutscene to finish.
All right. I remember speedrunning this map in challenge mode once upon a time.
Not very fun.
Yeah,
It's
not really.
Not a real fun one.
Yep.
Gonna attempt elevator skip. I assume you already talked about that.
We did
previously.
not.
Oh, you did not.
Actually. Nor did we talk about the naming. Elevator skip
Pedro
versus
glitch.
McPedro glitch.
Yeah, so you jump on the elevator, and it's basically just kind of a tight timing, but it's pretty easy if you like line it up and you jump on top of the elevator, and then you don't have to wait for like a lot of dialogue. It saves like a ton of time because you can just fall straight down the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks like Fabi wasn't paying attention. And he missed it.
Getting the air strafe is a little tricky. It's not super hard, but
I think he just wasn't paying attention on that one.
Yeah, good thing he saved, and
yes,
or he save loaded. Yeah, if I can use words properly. Jesus Christ.
Does he have on like NetGraph 5 or whatever?
Something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. It reminds me of Minecraft when you press F3. But it used to be that you had to press Shift F3 to get the clean one. But when you usually pressed F3, you just get up the pie chart and all the other statistics.
God, this dialogue is long.
Yeah. I'm almost not. I feel I'm like not used to seeing it because I've seen it skipped so many times.
Like, he's got GLaDOS and the potato, like, throwing her around. I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
Coming up is the hardest map in the game, Longfall.
Yeah. Every ounce of your skill must be mustard, not ketchup.
Shut up.
Ooh, that was the perfect joke. Anyways, unfortunately, I'll have to. I'm going to have to go to class, so hopefully Lambo can carry the commentary. Good skill. So.
I'll try, although depending on how long this takes, I might have to leave too at some point.
Yeah. Well, see you guys later.
And he's gone.
Just me and you, mate. So I have a very important question for people in the chat, which is I've just been eating a bag of Maltesers. Very nice chocolate. I was just wondering what chocolate other people like. It's totally related to Portal 2. I need to know.
I should probably open the chat. That's a good idea. Hershey's is like not that good, to be honest. It's just like standard crappy chocolate. IMO. White chocolate is not chocolate, Bill. Like, it's literally not chocolate. Hey, Gold Dust, what's up?
Ooh, 70% dark. It's way too bitter.
Yeah. If I'm going dark, I'm only gonna go like, what's the standard one, like 60 or 65 or something? I wouldn't say white chocolate tastes like death, it's just not actual chocolate. Personally, I'm a Ghirardelli fan myself. I believe that's how you say it. It's like, I don't even know. It's from one of them countries that's good at chocolate. Switzerland or Germany or something.
Fair enough. I bought 85% dark chocolate.
Dang.
Like last week, and complete gag reflex. I just couldn't eat it at all. Yeah, milk, just normal milk chocolate. It's just, yeah, that's what you need. I've just been stuffing my face while you guys were talking.
Nice. Fabi is finding his way through underground here. I think he probably just hadn't even played the map since he played through the game, is what it looks like. Which is understandable, to be honest. $85 is way too much.
Yeah, I think I just I read about the health benefits of dark chocolate, so I went a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't eat it. Just milk chocolate's where that just.
If I was gonna try and eat 85 or something like that, I would have to like have some ice cream with it or something just to get the sugar in. Because I couldn't deal with how bitter it is.
So yeah, Fabi just walking towards the vault door. So here's a question for you: How long have you been playing this game, Lambo?
About since 2015, I think, late 2015. So like it was kind of a dead time for the game, to be honest. It was like after all the really cool old runners had quit for a while, but before any of the new homies had come into the game.
Nice. Yeah, how much of that would you say you've done challenge mode? Because that's pretty much all I've seen you do. This
Probably like 90-something%. It's pretty much all I play.
Fair enough. It's caused a big problem for me because I don't know the challenge mode routes, so I was just relying on Kess, just talking about it. Some of them look pretty good though.
Yeah, and then some of them I tried like 15 times and then couldn't do it and gave up. But it's alright. I just hadn't practiced those, you know. So Fabi is coming into Cave Johnson. This one might be a bit difficult because I don't know if he knows how to do the shot or not. Probably not. And if you don't do the shot, or at least like do the shot into the elevator, then it takes forever.
Yeah, I don't even think I can remember the intended route for this.
Maybe he'll figure out how to shoot into the elevator and skip the big intended section. The world record is 101 something, I believe. So hour 1 minute, and then some seconds by Can't Even, who is in the tournament. So his matches will be interesting. And probably pretty one-sided.
So what do you think about this this matchup anyway? Because obviously you're fairly, I'd say you're an experienced runner, even in challenge mode. So what do you think about this matchup in terms of skill level?
This matchup that, like this one?
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Fabi just hasn't played the game much before, so I think even though I did all CM routes and failed some of them like 20 times or whatever, I think it was just bound to be, you know, one-sided, easy match for me, but I kind of wanted to lose actually, but I couldn't really help it. But Fabi is making his way through the game at faster than normal, so that's respectable.
Yeah, I mean, some of the strats that he's been doing or attempting are actual speedrun strats. So he's clearly at least seen someone play it, or maybe even seen some tutorials. He's not completely in the dark as to what he's doing.
Bill's right. Intended route on this map is like really stupid. I think the first time I played through the game, you know, back several years ago or whatever, I like couldn't figure it out for 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, I remember you do a fling through like the Aperture logo or something, and it's just Like I remember being stuck on that back in the day.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like I kind of wanted to lose my first round just because I wanted to get back to just playing CM instead of SS. Abby's coming into Repulsion intro. This is a map where there's a new, pretty epic route where you do a cube clip like up through the ceiling for challenge mode. I wanted to learn it before the run, but I just didn't have time.
Yeah, we were wondering actually if you're going to go for it. But, yeah, I haven't actually seen it yet. I've literally just heard about it.
It's kind of ridiculous. I don't even know how they found it. I can't remember who found it. I think Next did. Probably.
I guess pretty much everything you were doing was completely unknown to me. It's pretty awesome to watch, though. Pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, we were discussing actually what the fastest time would be doing a run with all CM strats, just a normal single segment run.
Well, you definitely lose some time in Chapter 8 to the funnel fly routes. Other than that, I mean, with the time save in the rest of the run, it would probably be faster. Yeah, Nex is a wizard. I don't know. I don't understand his brain.
Yeah, I'm not going to be around for too much longer, unfortunately.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Might need to get some new commentators up in here.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth him finishing a run. See what time he gets, and you can just improve it. But yeah, got stuff to do. But yeah, he's steadily making his way through it. It's pretty respectable.
I think he did go and get the cube, but I mean, this map's not really that different in CM or anything. Or normal runs versus what he did. Yeah, no, I didn't give up.
Coming into bomb flings.
This is Spitta's favorite map.
Oh, because the reportal strat, where you I don't know, you get stuck in the wall somehow, and then you're able to
yeah, it's a super reportal.
Yeah,
that Spitta likes to do. It's a pretty epic strat as well. I should have gone for it.
So what's your favourite map then, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably multi-fling and co-op. It's a fun one. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite map in single player is. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, Fabi's having some lag issues, I think, or it might be something else, I don't know. He's making his way up, trying to get Gel up there, I guess.
This is pretty much intended strats here.
Yeah. I actually don't really even know what the intended strats for this map is. I mean, obviously you're supposed to fling the Gel like that, but... yeah, multi-fling is pretty fun. So he's gotten to the end of bomb flings here. Ride the elevator up. I think the next one would be Crazy Box, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about going for the Crazy Box stuck launch, but I couldn't remember exactly everything to do, so I was like, no.
Yeah, I tried to replicate that actually. I was thinking about that would be a nice thing to learn for this, but I know I couldn't get it even once. It's pretty insane.
I think Kenny even does it in SS runs, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I like. I downloaded the demos from his most recent run, and I tried to just watch what he was doing and see if I can copy it. But yeah, it's. I know I probably should look for a tutorial on something actually, because
it's one of the harder strats in the game. Like, it took me forever just to get one challenge at a time with it, and it wasn't a good time, but I was like, I'm done with this.
good point actually. You probably should submit your time somewhere.
Submit my time? What were you saying?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to send it somewhere. Oh no, it doesn't matter.
I mean, you can just, like, check the win box or whatever and challenge. Yeah, Spita is mega consistent at Crazy Box, actually. Spita's strange. He's, like, really good at some things, and then not quite as good as at others. So I think this is pretty much intended as well. I think here you're supposed to do some fling on the diagonal wall or something.
Yeah, I don't remember this part of the map at all.
Yeah, I think you're meant to hit the, like, fling out of the angled panel and hit the wall and bounce up. Yep. Oh, I was still on the Twitch stream, I was a little behind.
Do you have the link for the speed gaming one?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just it's in this Discord. You sent it, actually, earlier.
Yes, I did.
So here he's using some gel, and I don't even remember what you're supposed to do here either. Oh, you're supposed to fling, I guess, and bounce up. Yep. So, coming into the last part of this map, this part's pretty easy. You can either break the glass with your body, which is the faster thing to do, or you can just do what he's doing here and bounce the cube around, then wash it off. Wow, that was kind of epic, actually.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
Like, came straight through the water stream. I think the intended thing here is to get up onto the platform and then like portal gel onto the cube so it bounces off the button. So let's see if he does that. Yep.
So now heading into potatoes, isn't it? Yes.
So he's in potatoes here. Supposed to fling across and press the handles on the other side to open the door up. I guess he doesn't know about the cool shot you can do through the glass.
Yeah, I remember this is one of the games I got stuck on when I was first playing this game.
Yeah, this right here is the intended, I think, what he just did.
Imagine we're going to see him actually get the get GLaDOS as well.
I think he's gonna try and do the skip. You have to like jump into the portal and have a bit more upwards momentum.
That's cool. So he definitely knows about it. He's let's see, he's giving it another go.
Yeah, if the portal funnels you like that, then you're not gonna have the height. I don't really know what he was doing there, clicking on all the chairs and stuff, I guess. I think that building down there at the bottom is where GLaDOS is.
Yeah, that the building at the top sort of just I guess it hides an Easter egg. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, the boat
like
thing.
Yeah. Secret door. Oh, he says he's lost.
Now he's got Gladys. Dang, I didn't even realize there's like an extra dialogue here too. This is why that skip saves so much time, I guess.
Yeah, I think it lowers something there, so you can do the fling. It's a bit of a cutscene, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you ride that little thing and go through the doors. Oh, is he stuck? Oh no. I think the doors got him stuck.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I think he's gonna have to load an autosave or something. Oh, I think he just did like a save load clip to free himself. Yeah, so now I got propulsion intro.
Oh, he is
looks
going
like
for the shot, isn't he?
he's
Scene
not
shot.
shooting in the right place though. You gotta like crouch and zoom in.
It would be pretty cool if you got it just by spamming.
Yeah, that would be. I think he's shooting in the right spot. It's just not standing in the right spot, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he needs to be further back a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, so he's gonna give up and do it intended. With the ramp and the propulsion gel.
It's kind of weird because he never really used the propulsion gel tool.
Yeah, you don't.
So it's,
you don't use it in this map or in propulsion flings either. Yep, so he's going across. I'm gonna go get the cube, I guess. I'm meant to spread more gel there, I think, to get across and get to the cube.
I mean, to be honest, he's solving this much faster than I would solve this if I tried to do intended.
I think he's played through the game before, but I don't know. It seems like he's memorized, for the most part, memorized all the intended routes, which I couldn't do. Because the speedrun routes are like way simpler. Or he's just figuring it out as he goes, which could be.
I mean, if he is, then that's
also
pretty impressive because...
Yeah. So he's going to the second part of the map now. I think you're supposed to make another ramp thing with the gels, so you can get up to like that column in the middle.
Yeah, I remember when I first played as well. This was another part I got stuck on as well. So
yeah, there's some.
Seems so simple now, but at the time it was actually a puzzle.
I think the portal placements are a little tricky to figure out here. Oh, more blue gel spread and like yeeted him. That was unfortunate. So now he's gonna try again. I think you're supposed to portal up there and then portal back so that you can like, yeah, fling through. Oh, big unfortunate. He's gonna try again. And he's got it this time. This run is epic. I sound kind of dead. Oh, I don't know. There's not much to talk about.
Yeah.
And yeah, Fabi doesn't have sound. That's probably adding to the effect. I think he's thinking about doing the speedrun route here.
Yeah, he just needs a bit of strafe work.
Well, let's see if he remembers how to do it. I think he's also typing in chat while trying to do this. Alright, so he's just gonna go for the fling. I guess you're meant to bounce off that angled thing and then go get the cube. Then go portal over and place it on the button. And then do more blue gel so you bounce off the little flippy thing. It's another complicated intended map.
Yeah, just lots of steps involved.
I guess you're supposed to like splash the gel on it from below before you flip it over.
Yeah, that would make more sense, yeah.
Alright, so he's figured it out now, I think.
I'm not too sure about that spread that he's got.
Yeah, that didn't really work out.
Not quite.
That's a shame. Some painful gel spread there. And also a painful autosave as well. Oh, did I just hear some sound? Yeah, I think he's got sound now. Very quiet.
I might be able to turn it up. Well, let's give it a try.
Well, it's not a blind playthrough because he's played the game before. It's like a second playthrough. Yeah, I think you're supposed to put blue there, like he did. So maybe it'll work this time. Oh, but he didn't have the panel flipped. What a shame. What a shame.
His audio should be a bit louder now, hopefully, if I've done it right.
Yeah, it is. Alright, I think he's got all the components this time. Let's see.
He's going to do a quick save, just in case. Maybe.
Yeah, I would. Ah. What a gamer. I think he's probably forgetting about quick saving a lot. Because it's just, it doesn't feel quite normal in this game. Or at least yet.
Yeah, I have soft locked a few runs after the rule change, which, yeah, bit of a face palm. I could have saved before that. Why didn't I save? Yeah.
That's what I did in Finale 3 in this run. I got the B-hop and then didn't save and then like fell in the pit at the end. I had to redo it.
Oh, the conveyor belt B-hop.
Yeah, yeah. That's a hot CM strat right there. I've never understood this map because you're supposed to walk on the vents and stuff like you just did, but you can just portal up to like right next to the end. Like I don't know where they were going with that one. Here's a throwback, this portion of Conversion intro. I think this is where you first see the conversion gel that you can shoot portals on, the white gel.
Yeah, and then you got these crusher things. It kind of reminds me of Portal 1. Those, I guess they're pistons or something.
Yeah. It's making the strafe on the pistons there. Or maybe not. Yeah, you're meant to bounce across here, I think. He's got it. Easy.
Easy.
And I guess here you're just supposed to fling.
I think he's got to go back through the to the propulsion gel to get the fling.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna fall off the edge for a second. Out here, but he's made it.
Since making test participation mandatory for all employees, the quality of our test subjects has risen dramatically. Employee retention, however, has not. As a result,
so in the second part of this map, like, I got mega stuck on my first playthrough, where you're supposed to like use the angled panel to fling up there with the gel. So let's see what he does there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I guess obviously conversion gel, you can choose where you shoot your portals. So there's not a really clear solution sometimes because and obviously most test chambers you've got only some surfaces you can portal, but on this you can just cover the whole map. And then some trial and error. I remember my first run just seeing what fling I could do.
Mm-hmm. He's just going for the
map,
the full spread here. I think the intended route is for you to go up on that catwalk up there and that he was just looking at, and then use like the angled panel to fling up. And you're meant to spread gel back and forth on like the walls, I guess. Yeah, just like that. You know, this is some top tier gameplay for never having done a speedrun.
Yeah, I mean, while he doesn't have the pro strats going for him, he's certainly not wasting any time with what he does know.
Yeah, I guess here you're just supposed to fling up there using the angled panel. Although you could just do like a straight fling or something. Yep, he's got it. Here's the famous Lemons quote. I've seen people with like shirts of the Lemons quote.
It is a good quote.
Yeah, it is. I've never understood a lot of the things in like the old Aperture section because, you know, it's meant to be from like 50 years ago or 60 years ago or something like that. But they've got like a lot of technology that was way past their time for back then. He's like talking about putting your brain into a computer. And this is like the 60s or 50s or something. So it looks like he wants to go for the stuck launch here.
Yeah, I imagine we'll end up seeing intended strats for this.
Yeah.
Which I have no clue how to do. I suppose it involves using 3 types of gel.
Yeah, hence the map name. You gotta make one of those like orange and blue gel ramp things that you can bounce off of, and then do like a fling through portals on the white gel. That's something I haven't seen in a long time. Still PB pace. That's true. Because I don't think he has a PB. So this can just be his time he runs against on his next run. Try imagine if he learns some speedrun strats. You know, it'd be a lot of easy time saves real fast.
Yeah, it's nice. I guess like positive reinforcement. If you racing against some really not so good splits, getting a lot of golds, I guess, and a lot of time save is pretty good. Like I guess sometimes I use pretty bad splits, and then I guess I just feel a lot better about all the time that I've saved over them. So
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, when you run again, it should.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly how you're supposed to do this, so let's see what. It's like gone back towards himself. Forgot to put a portal on this line.
That's how you do it.
Perfect. Now he's just got to put the bouncy gel there. Or no, you're supposed to put conversion gel on the ceiling and then put the bouncy gel. Yeah. See, he's smart, he knows. Then you gotta do the fling again. This is one of the hardest maps, probably, to do intended stuff. Because then you got like the whole second part of the map too. I guess sound's gone off again.
No, sounds back.
Is he gonna do a speed strat here? Get the circle jump over? Oh, so close.
There we go.
Nice. I don't even know the intended strats to get up there, to be honest.
I think there's a catwalk or something that you do a fling into in the middle of the room. It's where you set up the second suck launch. I think there's a portal service right there.
Yeah. I think I'll probably just end up riding the elevator here. Or maybe he knows how to do tube bounce, I don't know. Tube bounce is kind of annoying though, so probably not. I don't know if he'll get kicked off. I should probably ask Speed Gaming about that, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. I've just actually been doing that while we've been watching.
Okay.
Well, I asked Base to
Alright, finally made it out of 3 gels. And we'll be going into Chapter 8, where Wheatley is the big bad guy controlling the facility. It's like all the best dialogue is in Chapter 8. There's a crack in the wall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got the stream for 5 hours.
5 hours?
Yeah. There's nothing else scheduled until much later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said before, I do need to head off at some point. So my only worry is that I've got all the stream setting things to actually end it. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're about for a while, I can always...
I should probably get going too at some point.
Yeah.
I mainly just wanted to be there for my run. Tried to see if we could get anyone else, but alas, no one responded. I'm gonna see if gaming wants to do it. So this is Wheatley's custom-made test where you just drop a cube onto a button.
Very good. Going to be heading into funnel intro. I'm interested actually to see if he's going to be using the funnel glitch, or the flying glitch.
I don't imagine so, because that's something that you have to like kind of practice and understand what to do all the funnel fly preserves and stuff. Like it was actually very annoying for me to learn how to do all the funnel fly preserves and stuff pretty recently, because you don't use them in challenge mode, obviously.
Yeah, without quick saves and quick loads, it's incredibly easy to soft lock on this chapter. And chapter 9 as well. Yeah.
Alright, I've got to head out because I didn't really plan on being here past like the time slot for the race. So.
No worries, man.
What'd you say?
I said no worries, that's cool.
Okay. If you want to like keep trying to get other people to commentate, or just tell Fabi that you're ending the stream at some point, then whatever you want to do. But see you later.
Yeah.
Was a lot like you, maybe not quite as heavy. Now little Carolyn is in YouTube. One day they woke me up so I could live forever. It's such a shame the same will never happen to you. You got your short set life left. That's what I'm counting on. I'll let you get right to it now. I only want you gone. Goodbye, my only friend. Oh,